Okay, excellent. So I'm going to answer the first question. What do we do about when we get the workbook? And so what I want to explain is the connection between the workbook and the textbook. So the textbook material is all on the website, myopenmath.com. So basically the way it works is people take the assessment and then they order the workbook depending on where they're at. And I can give that information later on. But every section of the workbook, like this first one, every section is matched up with a section from the textbook. So if somebody is working on the first topic, which is adding and subtracting whole numbers, or actually introduction to whole numbers, then the idea is that they take notes in the workbook for that section from the video on the website, and then they have the textbook. They use the textbook for practice problems. They use the textbook for examples and things like that. So that's the idea of the workbook to the textbook. Every student in American education falls into three categories. One of these three categories. They're either doing pre-algebra, which is everything before algebra, about 8th grade, or they're doing algebra 1 and 2, or they're doing geometry and trig. I'm going to go to the list. You guys should have received a document from me. Let me go ahead and share my screen. That document shows all the topics, and I want to explain how this comes into play. So basically, in this document, what I'm telling students is that every single student has about 248 topics, right? This one says 245. This is an estimate, but every student has 245 topics. And the idea is that they should keep track of their progress on each of these topics. So if I know how to do the first topic, which matches with the website, I can change this to green for every topic that I know how to do. So you change it to green, but you're going to reach some topics. Maybe you get to multiplying and dividing integers or subtracting integers, and you say, I don't think I know how to do this very well. Then you put it in a different color, which tells us we need to work on it. Now, eventually, we're going to make this into an app, which will take care of this part of things. But basically, every topic a student masters should be in green. Every topic they don't know how to do at all or that they struggle in should be in red. And any topic that they think that they're decent in will be in yellow. But what's the objective way of knowing what topics you know and what topics you don't know? The way you do that is that you go to My Open Math, and the website follows this same order of topics. If I click on the first topic and I take the practice section, the problems, and I score a 95%, and my mistakes are just slight mistakes, well, that's fine. I understand the concept enough. Ideally, I would like to see 100, but I would say that 90%, 85 to 90% is a good place to at least be. Eventually, we'll go back and work on these to change them to 100%. So you will track your own progress as we go on. So let's bring it all together. So we have a website with all the textbooks and all the examples and all the videos. We have the workbooks that follow that website. And then we have this document that I made that shows you all the topics, right? So one of the first things I wanted to explain today is that there is a finite number of topics for students to know in American math classrooms. That range might be maybe 250 or 300 topics, but it's good to know what those topics are. Once you've mastered all these topics, what that means, so notice the first 48 are from the black book. The next set of topics are from the green book, and then the last set of topics are from the orange book. Once you master all of these, that means you are ready for calculus and statistics and discrete math. And the reason why I want students to get to these topics as soon as possible is because sometimes we repeat topics over and over again and students get tired and some of them check out. And so what I've done is I've created a comprehensive, efficient way for them to get here. Once you get here, these topics are actually well defined. The problem with American math education is that the topics before this are not well defined. So somebody in Michigan will take 4th grade math. When they come to Texas and do 5th grade, their teacher in Texas might not know what they mastered while they were in Michigan. So this gives students the chance to take ownership of their learning. What will you gain at the end of the day with this? Number one, you know how math works. Number two, your study skills are going to be excellent, which is why we use the workbooks. They're supposed to help with your study skills. The other thing with the workbooks is that at the end of the workbook, I give you a reference guide that can show you everything you need as you go through math, like the properties of real numbers, rules of exponents, different things that you always need. So that's what is at the end of each of the workbooks. So for those who are, if you're in middle school, traditionally you're doing pre-algebra. So your goal is to fill in the pages of this book. Some of these topics are going to be so easy because like addition and subtraction. But basically what you want to do is use it as a form of just writing out notes for that topic. I would love for some of you to maybe become tutors for me someday. So it'll be good for you to have your own copy, right, of that. For those in Algebra 1, Algebra 2, all the topics are here for you. And you can just follow one by one using my Open Math videos. And then if you are done with Algebra 1 and 2 and geometry and pre-algebra, then this orange book is the one that you need. And again, it goes topic by topic. So I'm going to pause and we're going to talk about specifics for each of you. But I just wanted to record this introduction. So let me pause and let's talk about specifics.